I still hear it sometimes, that scream echoing through the night. It's faint now, softer than it was all those years ago, but it still comes when the fog rolls low over the river. Some nights, I wake up thinking I've escaped it. Then the sound cuts through the silence again, and I remember I never really left that bridge behind. Before I tell you what really happened that night, take a second to subscribe to Haunted USA Tales. It helps more than you think, and I promise this story is one you'll never forget. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't just a story. It happened. And it changed everything I believed about life, death, and what waits between them. It was 1982, and I was just 18, reckless, curious, and chasing cheap thrills like every other kid in Liberty Township, Ohio. Back then, the bridge was just another local dare. An old wooden crossing over the Great Miami River, narrow, creaking, and half forgotten by time. They said a woman had died there 100 years ago. Some said she'd thrown herself into the river after her baby drowned. Others claimed she'd been murdered, her screams echoing through the fog for nights afterward. Whatever the truth was, folks called it the Screaming Bridge. To us, it was just a story to tell on cold nights, something to impress girls or scare younger kids. But for me and my friends, Danny, Mark, and Kevin, that night, it became real. It was late October, the air thick with mist. We'd been drinking cheap beer, listening to the radio, daring each other to drive out to the bridge. I was the one who finally said it, let's go prove it's all fake. So we went. The drive there felt longer than usual. The road twisted through farmland and forest, our headlights cutting through fog that seemed too heavy for the season. When we reached the bridge, the world felt wrong. Still, the sound of the crickets had stopped, and the air had that sharp metallic scent that comes before a storm. We parked just short of the bridge and stepped out. Our boots crunched against gravel, and the wood planks moaned under our weight. Every sound echoed like the world had emptied out. No wind, no night birds, nothing. Danny started joking, pretending to call out for the ghost. Mark laughed. Kevin threw a beer can over the edge, and we listened as it splashed and sank. Then the sound came. At first, it was faint, like a woman crying far away. Then it grew louder, twisting into a scream that didn't sound human. It wasn't just loud, it was inside us. A vibration that hit the chest, crawled up the spine, and made your teeth ache. Mark froze. Kevin whispered, "What the hell was that?" But Danny, he started walking forward. I told him to stop, but he didn't even turn. He just kept going, slow, like something was calling him. The fog grew thicker, swirling around him like smoke. And then, he was gone. We ran forward, shouting his name, but the fog swallowed our voices. I could barely see the edge of the bridge, and then something moved in the mist. A shape, tall, thin, almost human, but not. Its outline shimmered, its face just darkness. And from that darkness, the screaming returned, louder than before. The bridge shook beneath us. Boards cracked. Kevin grabbed my arm and screamed for us to run, and we did. We didn't stop until we reached the car. When the headlights hit the bridge again, there was no sign of Danny. Just fog. And that sound still echoing through the trees. We called the police. They searched for days. No body, no footprints, no trace of him, nothing. They said he must have fallen in, washed away by the current. But we knew better. Because when the fog lifted that morning, there were handprints on the car. Wet ones. Dozens of them. All pressed against the windows from the outside, and one smeared across the inside of the windshield. Years passed. We never talked about it again. Kevin moved to Florida, Mark joined the army, and I stayed here, trying to forget. But you can't bury something like that. Not when it follows you. Sometimes, I'd hear it again, faintly. A woman crying through the pipes when I'd turn on the faucet. Footsteps near the riverbank at night. And once, a face reflected behind me in the bathroom mirror, wet, pale, and watching. Then, one night, I went back. I don't know why. Maybe guilt. Maybe I wanted answers. The bridge was smaller now, older, the boards warped by time. I stood in the middle, flashlight flickering, and whispered Dana's name. The fog rolled in again, thick as milk. And she appeared. A woman, drenched, trembling, eyes hollow. She didn't move. Just stared. Behind her, dozens of faces, men, women, children, half-formed in the mist. They were all reaching toward the water. Not angry, just lost. And then I understood. They weren't haunting the bridge. They were trapped in it, voices from the past, bound to that place by tragedy, by memory, by something older than the stories ever told. The screaming wasn't a warning. It was a cry for help. It's been 40 years now. I still live a few miles away. The bridge has been rebuilt, reinforced, even renamed. But the legend never died. Teenagers still dare each other to visit. Some film it. Most go home fine. But every few years, someone doesn't. Last week, a young woman vanished. Her phone was found at the bridge, still recording. And when police played it back, they heard it. That scream. The same one I've heard in my dreams for decades. So I'm telling you this not for entertainment, but as a warning. If you ever drive near Liberty Township and see the sign that says "Screaming Bridge Ahead," keep driving. Don't stop. Don't look. And whatever you do, don't listen. Because once you hear it, it never leaves you. It becomes part of you. Part of your nights. Part of your silence. And sometimes, when I close my eyes, I still see her, standing in the fog, waiting. And I think maybe, one day, she'll stop waiting. Because some stories don't end. They just wait for someone else to find them.